Hey everybody, and welcome to a Lefty Knitter podcast, episode 232. My name's Aquila, and I'm coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, where I live with my husband, my kids, my cats, and a lot of yarn. Normally I record through the week and post, mush it all together and post, but I did not have a chance to do that. It has been very hectic around here, and it's been 2 weeks. Normally I try to post every week, and I apologize. So, everybody that's new, welcome, and everybody that's coming back to watch my episodes, welcome back, and I appreciate all of you so very much. So let's talk about what I've been working on. Now, last time you guys saw this project, I believe I was going to work on the neckline. I think I have a marker in here, so let's pull this out real quick. I am doing the Autumn League pullover for my husband. I am using the jeans yarn, but if you've watched this before, you know I bought the wrong yarn. I bought the worsted weight, and it's acrylic. And the Autumn League pullover was designed with the jeans yarn, but it was the cotton mix, and I didn't do it, and it's okay. So this is what it is, and I'm using Stovetop, which is the black colorway, and I have gotten pretty far. Here's the yarn. Now, I stopped the body after I finished the second ball. I picked up the neckline and did the neckline. The only thing I haven't done with the neckline, though, is I did not, fold it over and hem it down, because it's a fold over hem, okay? So, this is weird to show you. I was here and I only did like 2 rows to finish that last ball. Then I picked up my neckline. This is the front. It has that little cross on it. And I have to fold this over and double it. So it will look like that. I have gotten a lot of sleeve done. Look at this. That is a lot of sleeve. Those are all markers for my decrease rows. This is holding my needles, because the stitches on my needles, because I'm using little 9-inch circulars. I love doing my sleeves. I'll start on a 16, move down if I have like whatever sizes, and I will end it with like a 9-inch circular. I am so happy. John needs to try this. I need to get to the point where I would start the ribbing and then stop, because John needs to try it on. I want to make sure that these sleeves are going to be where he wants them to be. So, hooray for that. That's a lot of progress. You know what I didn't look up? And I'll put it on the screen. Oh, you know what? I have it printed. So, let's show you the next project. Well, real quick. I was doing all that beaded crochet. I've given away all those mushrooms and the chicken. And I have Hazel's here, and I'll show you. This was a blue one. She asked for blue. These are by Cauli Crochet. The tutorial for the mushrooms is free on YouTube. There's patterns on her Etsy shop. I'll make sure I keep that link down below so you guys can check that out. I'll insert a picture here of a bunch of them, and I gifted them all. So I'll talk about that in a minute, of who I gifted them to. Well, I needed yarn to cast on a travel project, because I was invited to go out to YarnByrds. Robin owns the mobile yarn unit, and Birdie, and she invited me out. She was having an event with Chevis, is the Chevy Rail podcast, and she was having an event with Chevis, and also Tasha and Brian from Froggit were going to be there doing a trunk show. So it was a surprise that I was going, so I couldn't tell the interwebs that I was going to Ohio. And it was awesome. So Robin has an Airbnb, which is amazing. And we stayed there, which is above her. It's not a shop. Like, you can go and shop there when she has like open house type events, I guess. But her big thing is the mobile unit. Okay. And that is also what Froggit has. Froggit also has a mobile unit. So it was really awesome. I'm going to insert a video at the end of this where we surprised Chevis, because she is the only one that didn't know we were coming. And it was pretty It was pretty awesome. So thank you, Robin, for inviting us. We had such a good time. I will talk more about that in a moment, but I needed a travel project. So I had bought this yarn from Distal Fink Fiber. I think I have the label. Oh, do I have the label in here? That's really terrible if I don't. I think I might have left it downstairs. I'm not sure. Okay, I might have left it downstairs. I apologize. I had asked John. I bought this yarn, and I can't remember. I'll look it up and put the name of the fiber. The name of the color. I want to say it was coffee, but I don't think that was right. Bought it because it was DK weight, and I love making John hats with DK, or maybe it's called tobacco. Either way, I wanted to make a hat for him. So we were looking on Ravelry for patterns, and I pulled up like DK weight, I pulled up other things. Now, I didn't swatch for a hat. I never swatch for a hat. This pattern also called for the needles that I normally use when I make John's hats. So this is called, it's by Fiber Tales, and I didn't print the first page. It is called the Gro Hat, G-R-O, Gro Hat by Fiber Tales. Now, it's probably my fault that I didn't do a gauge swatch. Also, John really likes a long brim because he likes folding it up a few times, kind of like the navy caps that you see. Michael for Piece Crafting wears his hats like that. Also, it's a beautiful hat, and John needs to come home and try it on. Let's pause. So, sorry, I was talking about the Gro Hat. I need John to try it on. And he picked it, and I love it, and I think it's beautiful. I just think my needles and the yarn just didn't work right to get the right gauge. I'm going to put it on just to show you guys what I'm talking about because, well, let me show you here what it looks like, okay? So here's this beautiful patterning. Sorry, there's cat hair. White cat hair. It looks like wheat leaves or wheat stalks almost. It's beautiful. I just feel like it looks very I know I made this longer than the pattern calls for. I did that on purpose. It would have been like this. And it looks very strange, right? So let's just put this on and show you guys. So John rolls his hats up a lot. So he needs to come home and try it on, and then we'll decide if it's going to get ripped out or not. But I still think it's really pretty, and the color is really pretty. So this was a project I worked on while traveling on the plane. John couldn't go, so it was just Hayes and I went. And I had started the ribbing on the plane, or no, the night before, and then I messed up something the night before we had left. So I ripped out actually when we got to the Airbnb and I restarted. I had gotten through almost all the ribbing while we were there. I didn't knit a whole lot on it, honestly. And then I did this while we were home. And John hasn't seen it because he's now away. He's back like today. But yeah. It just looks funny, and I don't know what's going to become of this, but I will let you guys know. And it frustrated me, and I'm sure we all can get very frustrated. I just didn't swatch for a hat, and that's my own fault. It's my own fault. So we'll see where this takes us, and this is going to go off to the side for now until he can try this on very shortly. So I had taken another ball of yarn because I was like, oh, I could get this done possibly because hats are fast. And I was like, we're going to have knit night. It's going to be Friday. They had knit night. Robin had knit night there with her group, and it was great. And we all had dinner together, and it was so wonderful to meet everyone. The next day was the event with Chevs where she was going to do tarot card readings and like a meet and greet. And also Froggit Yarns had their trunk show. So there were people, oh my God, it was great. I met so many new people, and then I got to see people I haven't seen in a while. And I'm not going to do all kinds of names because I know I'm going to forget some, but it was awesome meeting everybody. And I am so happy to have been there and just enjoyed the time there. Brian and Robin both have circular sock machines. They both have Earlbackers, just like the one I have. Robin had a $10 yarn wall, and Brian was like, you think you could crank me some socks? And I was like, yes. And so while we were there, I was working on Robin's machine, and we were supposed to do a little bit more. I was going to show her a little bit more things. We just didn't get a chance to do it. We were just having such a good time. So I cranked Brian a pair of socks. and people were just, it was so they got like a circular sock machine demo too for the people that wanted to come over and see the machine in person, because that's like one of the things that you don't always get. Like if there's a crank-in, the crank-in is for the people that already have machines. You don't get to go like see it, you know? So I just love my machine so much. And I think people really do see that when I talk about it. So yeah. So I took this yarn with me, and I was going to cast this on if I finished the other one, which I didn't. But I have now started another hat. This is Bloomin' Fibers, I believe. And I know they don't call it the Oscar the Grouch color, but it's like a reminiscent colorway name to that. I used this yarn. It came in huge cakes. I used this yarn in my Camaro sweater. So, and I still have that much left. It's not much. I think it was like 100 grams. I weighed it before we left, so I knew how much I would have. So I started this. So I like doing the basis of like the photographer hat, which is Lavanya Patricella's pattern. And it's really a simple ribbed portion, stockinette portion, and then you decrease. I believe she, in her pattern, it's like an even half-half, so 5 inches and 5 inches. I do sometimes 5 and 5, sometimes I do 6 and 4. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. Okay. What else? So we left on Sunday. Robin graciously took us to the airport. We had we had great meals with people. We had drinks with people. It was just wonderful seeing just fiber friends and people that love like knitting and yarn and whatnot. And they're going to be doing, I think within their knit group, they're doing a knit along. And I think I might just join in and hashtag with them. I believe it's the Polina sweater. I'll insert a picture here. I have yarn for it in my stash. Not for it, like that I bought for it specifically, but I have yarn that works in my stash, I believe. So swatch. I have to swatch for that. But I think I'll be okay. So yeah. So let's show you a little bit. I purchased some stuff, and I was gifted a few things. And so let's go through that real quick. All right. So I kind of organized a little. I just had a pile. I wanted to organize it. I talked about Robin in her space having a $10 yarn wall. Man, people were buying lots of stuff from there. They were buying stuff from the truck. It was great. I think she did really well, and it was just a really, really wonderful weekend. So Robin had autumn and indigo fibers. I am always looking to get sometimes some mohair or some, what's the other one that people use? Not mohair, but is it the Surrey alpaca that they use for, now I don't know. Okay, either way, I got 3 skeins. They were $10 each. Look at these. They are the Posh Lace, 72% kid mohair, 28% silk, and it's called, the colorway is All That's Left. And I got 3 of these thinking, if I use them as sweater, great. And if I break them up and use them for different things, that's fine too. But I just got I wanted a very neutral that I could put with multiple things. So that's why I went with this. Also on her yarn wall, John has wanted a black hat. Not a black cat, a black hat. And so I picked this up. This is Harvest Fingering by Earth Yarns. And it is extra fine merino. I think it's 100% merino. Yes, 100%. And it's, the color is Thuja, Thuja. But it is black. It is a black fingering weight. And I'm going to hold this double for a DK weight and make him a black hat, because he has asked for one. Hazel went on the truck and she found this yarn and a pom-pom, and she wants a hat made. And this is the Fiber Company. This is the base. Cirro, Cirro. You wanted a hat with this? Do you want to show them? You can say hello and show them. We're not being crazy pants. Okay? I'm going to show them.
This yarn.
Yeah, you found that on the truck. They had a hat knit up that you thought was really pretty in that yarn, and you picked that color, right?
They didn't have a hat already knitted up.
They did. Not this color. In another one. This color is called Graceful. So let's show them. Oh, it matches your shirt really well today. Look at that. And you picked a pom-pom to go with it. Do you want to show them the pom-pom?
So it'll be like that.
Very cool. So I need to make you a new hat. I'm making a lot of hats lately, aren't I?
Because I want you to.
Oh, because you want me to. Hey, chill it. Okay, thank you. You can say hello and goodbye. Did you have a good time in Ohio?
No.
Why?
Because you guys were just knitting blah blah blah, and I was just chilling upstairs on my tablet.
Not the whole time. You came down and
So paintings and $4.
well, and
25
and
cents.
what did you ask Miss Rachel? She played Flux with you, but what did you ask Miss Rachel to do?
I don't know.
You don't know. You're being a big fat liar.
I don't know.
Okay, bring it down. You asked Miss Rachel to teach you to crochet.
No, I said I want to crochet, and then I didn't ask her, can you teach me? My white nose.
Okay. All right, you're going to go now. Say goodbye.
Stop. I'm eating the white block.
You're eating that's the stop button on the camera. Okay, weirdo. Go away. Bye. All right. No, let me finish this so we can finish up and go get a milkshake.
Milkshake!
Quiet. Thank you. Okay. She might not be quiet, but this is real life family things here. You, girl, you have done this to me ever since I've been podcasting, making noise in the background and whatever else. I would like if you would. That's not going to happen. Please walk away in another room and do something else. You need to brush your teeth. Go do that. Take your tablet and go do that. I don't know how I'm going to cut that out. Or not. Because this is how it goes around here. Bye. Okay. Back to. So, I purchased some stuff also from Tasha and Brian. And they are Froggit Yarns. If I can remember, I'll put the video, the information card for the speed questions. They graciously were the first people I did that, and I've only had 2, and I want to do more, but we'll get there. So they had a Valentine's set called Be Mine, and look at this. There are some great pictures on their Instagram page of this colorway knit up, and I knew I wanted it. I don't know if I'm going to crank it or I'm going to hand knit it, because there was some really cute patterns with like hearts and stuff, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But you get, this is their sock set, 75-25, called Be Mine, and it's 647 yards total. The 2 mini skeins are 20 grams each. And then 100 grams. I also purchased this colorway. This one? Yes. This is Purple Heather. This is on their Shetland fingering base. 100% Shetland wool. Non-superwash. It's 400 yards for 100 grams. And I am so excited. I'm worried John is not going to like it next to skin, but this is going to be a hat for John. I think this is like super, this base, it's awesome. I love it so much. Then I was talking to both of them about sample knitting for them. And I had showed them a shawl I had previously made, the Pebbles, I think it's called the Pebbles shawl. And it uses like a slub yarn. And I said, I could use your new boucle base and do the same shawl with it. I think it would be really cool. It uses 2 like contrasty colors. It calls for fingering, but I did not use that much yardage when I made that shawl, so I know I'll be able to get it out of this. This is their boucle DK Cozy Boucle base. It's 240 yards, and this is the Merlot colorway. And we decided to pair it up with this, and this is, oh, these are both DK. I was not thinking, I thought one was finger. I'll be able to do the shawl though. It'll be fine. This is the blended DK, 50% Rambouillet and 50% Cordale base. And this is also really nice. It's not super wash. 210 yards for 100 grams. Look how great they're going to look so good together. So I'm going to be making that sample for their truck, and hopefully I'll have it done before their first festival, because I'm going to cast this on. And so I've said that now twice. They gifted me a boucle and a boucle and a smooth yarn for whatever I want to make. So I don't know what I want to make for myself. I've looked up some patterns. Maybe I'll insert a few here as I show you the colors, because I don't remember any of their names, but I think quite a few of these would look really cool with these 2 yarns. So that's why I thought it was fingering. I apologize, because this one is fingering and this one is DK. This is the Lavender Frost color in the boucle. And then this is the Shetland fingering 100%. It's just the fingering base versus the DK base. Right? No. Oh, I had a Shetland finger. Gosh, I'm losing my mind. These are both Shetland fingering. This is the periwinkle heather versus the purple heather. Okay? And these are going to go together. And I've probably cycled through... I'm excited for these. I'm so excited for these. And yeah, I need to put them all on Ravelry. I put all my stash yarns of like indie dyed yarns on Ravelry, so I can easily access them and see different colors that I have on hand, which helped me because I was able to pick out yarn from my stash to make that sweater knit along that they're doing. All right. What else do I have to talk about? So this month, it's February. I never mentioned the date. It's Saturday, February 3rd, and it is Black History Month. I have fuzz in my mouth. Okay. It is Black History Month. Liz, the Black Knitter, I will link down below. Everything I've talked about, I'll try to have all the links down below. She has a podcast. She is hosted this knit along. I think now this is her 3rd, maybe 4th year. Last year, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm not sure if I'm joining in, but you should go watch her podcast, and she'll tell you all the rules. Most of the things, I think, are yarn from a black dyer, bag from a black dyer, from a black-owned yarn store, I think is one of the new rules. But you should really go watch if you want to participate. She's going to have some really awesome prizes, and I learned a new thing about Betty Boop, and gosh, I can't remember her name now. It's not Theresa. Nope, I don't remember. That's really terrible. I had to Google it again last night because I was telling Hazel about it. I'll insert the picture here, and Liz tells the story on her podcast, and it's great. So the black jazz singer that was, they say, was the image that was used for Betty Boop, okay? But then there was also lawsuits and other things that happened. Very interesting, though. Forgot where... So she was telling all these stories. Go to that podcast and watch it because it's great. And I love Liz very much. And last year, I made the Kestra hat, which is a black designer. That was one of the ones I missed. And her name is, believe is Vanessa Smith. I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but this is the Kestra hat. And this is just DK weight, and I just thought this pattern was so neat looking. And she has another one that's similar that might be what I'm casting on. And I love this hat very much. I really, really love it. I wear it a lot. I just think it's really nice. So this was my entry for last year. I think I might be doing another Vanessa pattern from Vanessa, because she has another hat that I really, really like, that also kind of looks like this chevron-y knit stitch look. And I just like it. I think it's neat looking. Yeah. Other than that, so I've been watching, William Shatner does some show about like the unexplained. So I've been watching that. And then there was something else I thought I watched, and it was only like, somebody told me about it and I watched it. Oh, it was this story of, is it called American Nightmare? I think it was like a 4-part series on Netflix, and it's a true crime type story. And I don't want to give anything away, so I feel like if I say too much, it's going to give it away. If you haven't watched it, it was very interesting, about how the police handled certain things, and yeah, and how kind of corrupt things were. I do recommend it. I mean, if you're into sort of watching that stuff, I recommend watching that. It was it was very interesting. So I don't know what else I have to say other than the first yarn festival here. There's probably other ones that I'm just not quite sure of, but Yarn-Centric is happening. That is the 2nd and 3rd, I believe, if I have the dates wrong. It's Thursday and Friday. There's tickets already up for sale. Yarn-Centric is held in Frederick, and it's the weekend. It's the Thursday, Friday before Maryland Sheep and Wool, which is always the first weekend in May, if you didn't know. And I believe both Robin and Tasha and Brian are going to be there. I think. I'm really terrible at remembering all these details of things. I really try. All right, I have to go put all this yarn away. We have to go grocery shopping, and I need to deal with the tags on my dad's car, because I'm a procrastinator and I just haven't done it yet. I've had a lot of ups and downs, just in general, feelings, if anybody cares to know, and trying to work on that. So, grief is a weird thing, and yeah, I'll end it with that. Grief is a weird thing. So, check in on each other. Hopefully you're making things that make you happy, and don't be afraid to like rip it out if you finished an object and you're just like, I really don't think it's going to work out. It doesn't fit right. It doesn't work right. It is yarn and it can be reknit. So don't be afraid to do that. All right. And until the next episode, yeah, peace, love, and happy crafting. Bye.
I know. We've been super excited to have you here.
Shut up! Surprise! Are you serious right now?